Everyone, welcome to happy Friday. It's Friday today. We are on the third day of our yoga for kids. So I hope that you're all doing well. I hope that you're all doing your schoolwork and giving your mum and dad and your family a nice fun time at home. So Louie and I are here to help you move around and learn a little bit while you're off school. So in the UK, in England, we're in lockdown, but it's okay. We can still have fun, we can still move, and we can still learn, right? So yesterday what did we learn about yesterday?
Space, planets, rivers.
Yeah, we learned about space.
Solar system.
Yeah, the solar system and the Earth.
And how many planets there are in the solar system.
And today we're going to learn a little bit more about our planet, which is called Earth. So what we're going to do is we're going to be learning about things that we have on the Earth. Really, really big things that are pointy like this. What do we call them?
Mountains.
Mountains. And what about the mountains that blow up? Volcanoes and how they're formed. Okay? So we're going to stand up first in mountain pose. Tadasana. So Tadasana means mountain pose in Sanskrit. And it's almost like you're going, ta-da! Can you do that? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Ta-da! Even better. Even like you're jumping on the show on stage for the first time. So 3, 2, well, we're going to do a really big one now. So 3 is going to even jump on. So I want to see you doing it as well back home. 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! And we're going to stand here in Tadasana pose, in mountain pose now. And we have to, if we're in mountain pose, pretend like we're a mountain. So what can we do to pretend like we're a mountain? Very still and very strong. So we're standing very still, very strong, and super quietly. Close your eyes and just try to imagine you're big and strong, just like a mountain. Louie's yawning already. Take some deep breaths. And when you breathe in, feel where your toes are touching the ground. What's underneath the ground? Do you know, Louie? If we go right down, 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 what's underneath it?
In the core.
Yeah, the core. So we were talking about how we get energy from the sun, but also the Earth has got a massive, massive store of energy all the way down underneath it. You've got the core of the Earth, which is a very, very, very hot solid. And then around it, it gets runnier. So under very, very, very lots of pressure from all of the weight, the whole Earth pressing down on it. So it's super hot. So what you're going to do is going to imagine that when you breathe in, you can you can bring up that energy from the Earth into your body and see if you can feel it. So every time you breathe in, you can bring all the energy, the hot energy from the core of the Earth all the way into your toes, up your legs, into your body, down your arms, all the way to the top of the head. Every time you breathe in and charge up with all of that power and strength, just like a mountain. 2 more good breaths like that. And tell me when you're feeling super, super strong. 1 more breath. And then open your eyes, reach up, make yourself as tall as the tallest mountain that you know. Do you know any names of some mountains? Where are the mountains that yoga comes from?
The Himalayas.
Himalayas is a big group of mountains in India. And that's actually where a lot of the yoga comes from. It started there a long, long time ago. So make yourself tall. Do you know any of them? Do you know any mountain names? Do you know Everest? Yes?
Yeah.
Think of some mountain names that you know. We have to think of some more. How about in England? We've got Snowdon. Yeah? We've got anything in America? Have to look at after this session, we're going to look up some names of some mountains. Okay? So make yourself as tall as a mountain, the tallest mountain that you know. As tall as Everest. And then step your right leg out to the side, your left leg out to the side, and make yourself as wide as you can. So arms out, okay? Feel your toes, go as far as you can, stretching, stretching. Try and take up as much mountain space as possible. Straighten those legs, breathe in and look up. And breathe out, bring your hands to your waist, and you're going to lower down to the ground. And bring your hands down, holding nice and strong like a mountain. So your hips are up, your backside's up, and your head is down. And if you look, we're now all pointy like a big flat mountain. Take some breaths here. Look up. Let's walk over to the right. We're going to look over this side of the mountain. What can you see? Let's imagine what you can see.
I can see a village.
Yeah, we've got village. So what do we normally have? It's very difficult to live on the top of a mountain. Do you know why, Louis?
Because it would be too cold and not really
Too cold, and there's not enough oxygen, and the pressure's different in the air, so it's tricky to survive. So people usually live at the bottom in what we call the valleys of the mountain. And what tends to collect there? When it rains, all the water runs down the mountainside. So you've got the water running down your leg, which is the mountainside, and then you've got lakes and streams, and that makes it very nice to live in. And let's look over this side of the mountain. What can we see?
I can see a long hill with a river going down it.
You can see a long hill with a river going down it. Yeah, a long hill with a river going down it. You can imagine what you can see. And when we come to the centre, what can we see? Maybe we can see a nice sunset or a sunrise.
I can see a pile of rocks.
And some rocks and some birds. Anything that you can imagine. Okay, now look up. Breathe in. Come all the way up again. And we're going to bend over to the right. Now we're a super tall, pointy mountain, like a volcano. Yes? So do you know how volcanoes form, Louis?
Tectonic plates.
Yep.
They form together, and it makes a tube in the middle of it, and then the lava
Yep.
bursts out.
Amazing. Well done. High five. You know that very well. Very well. So for those of you who don't know, let's come over to the other side. Tectonic plates on top of the Earth's mantle. So you've got the core in the centre. Deepest part of the earth is called the core. Yeah, there's the inner core, the outer core. Then the mantle is still kind of solid, but it's runny. It's runny a bit like melted chocolate. So when it comes out, we call it lava. Okay? Inside the earth, though, we call it magma. Lift your hand up, make a volcano. So what happens is we've got the tectonic plates sort of floating around on top because they're balancing on top of liquid. Like if you put paper on liquid, it floats, doesn't it? So actually, the crust of the earth, this bit of the earth underneath the carpet and everything, is sort of moving around. And they bash into each other, and they rub up against each other. And friction, like when you rub your hands together, do that. Everyone come up and do that. What happens?
Gets warmer.
It gets warmer, right? So when it gets warmer, what it can do is it can start to melt the crust of the earth, right?
Also,
Yeah. Hold on a second. So it melts the crust of the earth. And it gets super, super hot. It keeps building up, and it gets so hot that out the top like a volcano. So we're going to imagine that. We're going to bring our hands down. What were you saying, Louis?
So basically the clouds are sitting on the tectonic plates.
The clouds are much, much higher than that. So this is the tectonic plate. This is the earth. This is the crust. This right here is a tectonic plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Then you've got air and atmosphere, and that's something different that we can talk about another day. So what we're going to do, you're going to bring your hands together. We're going to see if we can build up and make a volcano eruption. Okay? When your hands get super, super warm, we're melting the crust. Up the hands go. And on 3, 2, 1, you're going to jump and make a big explosion. 3, 2, 1, explode. And back down again. Now you've got all the lava. So when you can come down, sit down like this, in squat position. But what happens? Underneath the earth is that runny runny solid that we call magma, in the mantle of the earth. When it comes out of the earth, when the volcano erupts, we've got a different word for it so that we know the difference. It's called lava. Yeah. So Louis knows a super, super fun game. Don't you? Right, called, and I think that you might know this too. The floor is lava, right? So how do we play the game? The floor is lava.
So
I'm assuming the floor is lava and it's super, super hot.
So basically, someone can just say the floor is lava and they've got 5 seconds to go onto piece of thing like
What's not lava?
rocks.
Rocks is not lava. Is this lava? That's not this time. Mummy's going to make.
Yeah, so basically that's not lava.
So what we're going to do at home is we're going to play a game called the floor is lava. So when Louis says go, is that what you say, or do you say the floor is lava?
And then they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you go with something.
Right, and you have to. Right, so you need to when we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And also the person that says it is invincible.
So all of a sudden, the floor is going to turn into lava, and you need to find something to get off quick. And who wins the game?
It depends on how many people are playing.
Oh, it depends on how many people are playing. Okay. So is it the last person to get off the lava? So the yoga mats are lava.
No, the yoga mats are not lava because it's not on.
Okay. Well, it'd be more fun if the yoga mats are lava because then we have to. So what we're going to do is in 5, and you're going to play at home as well. 4,
The yoga mats.
3,
Like what?
2, and 1. Floor is lava. Floor is lava. Quick! I forget. Leave going on the fire, please. Did you manage to escape? So this is a fun game that you can play at home today, but make sure that you do it where you've got lots of space. So floor is lava. We've got to get off the lava because what's wrong with lava?
It can melt stuff.
It can melt stuff, including humans, which is not very nice. So let's come back to the map. Do you know any famous volcanoes?
What?
Do you know any famous volcanoes?
Ring of fire.
The Ring of Fire is where there's lots of volcanoes. So what we're going to do actually is as homework, research some famous volcanoes that we know. There was one that happened in Pompeii. Did you hear about that one? And that erupted and the whole town got covered with lava. So what scientists do these days is they study it to make sure that they can predict it. Okay, let's go back to making our volcanoes. So from here,
there's also a fun fact.
So you're going to jump the left foot back and straighten both legs and bring your head back down to the knee. We're making another mountain pose. Okay, so you're going to feel some stretch now in the right leg. What shape are mountains, Louis? They're triangles. So we're going to make a triangle. This is actually called triangle pose. Yeah? And then we're going to switch around and do like a twisted mountain. So bring your left hand outside. You're going to turn to the right and you're going to do a twisted triangle. It's actually called revolving triangle.
There's also a fun fact about.
And then bring your hands down and bend that right leg. Come into a lunge. Yes, Louis, you can tell the fun fact.
There's also a fun fact about lava.
Yeah.
It's actually magma, but when oxygen hits it, it's magma.
Okay.
I mean lava.
Yeah, that's correct. Exactly. When oxygen hits magma, it comes lava. Well done. We've got a different name for it because it's slightly different. Under the earth, there's no oxygen. And then when it hits the oxygen, we call it lava. The magma turns to lava. It's a little bit different. So on 3, 2, 1, we're going to climb up the mountain. We're going to do mountain climbing. So you're going to run. You're going to keep your hands down. And you're going to jump like this. Okay? On 3, 2, 1. Mountain climbing, mountain climbing. 10, 9, 8. You got 10 right at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the top yet? Are we at the top?
No.
No, we're not at the top. Louis says we're not at the top and we need to keep going, okay? So, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are we at the top yet, Louis? Louis says we're at the top yet. So let's straighten that left leg and stretch it out. come back into triangle pose. Breathing calm. Bring your left hand on the inside and your right hand in the sky. Triangle pose. Look at the sky. See if you can see any birds on top of the volcano or mountain. And then turn over. Do twisted mountain, twisted volcano pose. Right hand outside, left hand in the sky. Okay. And bring it back down. Step that left foot back. And you're going to come onto all fours. Okay. So we're at the top of the mountain, Louis? We're at the top of the mountain. What can we do when we're at the top of the mountain? We've gone up, and now we're going to sit and enjoy the view at the top of the mountain.
With happy pose.
With happy pose, okay? So what I want you to do at home is I want you to imagine in your mind that you're anywhere that you want in the world and you're sitting on top of the mountain. And you can close your eyes and imagine what you can see. And you can see whatever you want. So I know that we're in lockdown now and we can't go anywhere that we want to go. But in your mind, you can travel anywhere that you want at any time. So we're going to spend a couple of minutes and I want you to imagine you're traveling anywhere in the world and sitting on top of the mountain. What can you see and what can you hear?
What can you smell?
And what can you smell? Nice and quietly. Just imagine it. And how do you feel? And just let yourself dream about it right now. And since we're on the top of the mountain, it's super important that you breathe because there's not a lot of oxygen on there. So take some deep breaths. So just let yourself have a little adventure on top of the mountain. You can go anywhere that you want. You can do anything that you want. Any creature that you want to see can come and visit you. A bit more time. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to now. And Louis, where were you going with your mountain and what was happening?
I was on top of Mount Everest.
Yep.
And I saw a volcano erupting with another mountain forming.
Wow. So you watched another mountain form. Was it a bigger mountain than Everest or was it smaller?
Was quite big.
So I was actually for some reason thinking about Moana. Yeah, and I really like that area that's in Moana. So I think it's in
the pile of stones at the top.
Yeah, so it's in a very, very nice hot tropical country in the sea. And it's just all these islands and I was sitting at the top and I was feeling the sun on me. And I was just watching all the birds and I was watching the sea below and it was really, really, really nice and it made me really, really happy. So how was your little adventure in your mind? Remember that anytime that you want to, you can have an adventure in your mind. I know that we're in lockdown, we can't really do a lot of adventures at the moment, but we can go outside and have some fun there. But in your mind, at any time, you can go wherever you want and do anything that you want. So I hope that you've enjoyed this practice. I hope you've learned something. Make sure that you get your schoolwork done today. And we'll see you tomorrow for a special Saturday practice. Have a wonderful rest of the day, everyone. So lots of love from me.